Hi all, welcome in next video. Okay, so in this video we are going to learn how we can show the loading um, GIF or loading image or loading icon while submitting the data or while displaying anything on a page when the database call is getting triggered, or when we are going to fetch the data from somewhere and it's taking a time. Okay, so in this video I will be showing you how you can create the loading pop-up, loading image and loading GIF for displaying that thing in case of loading. Okay, so what we are going to learn in this video, so firstly we will be seeing how the impact will be getting displayed, when we are submitting, so how the loading image will get displayed, and if we are pulling the data on the autocomplete text box or in a multi-select drop down, so how we can show that loading image beside of the text box for giving the user experience like the data is still loading. Okay, and creating loading design, different loading types, like how can we display the different types of loadings. Okay, so basically for this implementation we will require one GIF file. Okay, so that GIF file we can download from Google. I think multiple GIF files are available, so let me show you how you can go and find out the GIFs. Okay, so you can just put here loading GIF. Okay, and click go on images. See here we are getting multiple different types of GIFs. Okay, we are going to display this type of GIF. Okay, we can take any one, like which one we want to display, like this type, this type, this type, this type. Okay, so we can keep any one. Okay, I will be just giving you the here like how you can implement this thing. Okay, so I will be giving you with one of image out of this image, and you can pick as per your requirement, and you can give that this. I put this one loading GIF example, this one. Okay, so I'm doing the implementation using this GIF. You can take any one out of this. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to make. So firstly we will need a one GIF for implementing. Then we will be binding that GIF with the text box, and further for the showing processing on submit button. So for that we will require to create one model pop-up. So for that we will be doing the creating one model pop-up, and we will be showing you show and hide functionality, and how we can prevent the actions on a background while displaying uh, processing image or processing load icon. Okay, and I will also telling you how you can make your background blur, and how you can low and high, you can make low and high opacity of that. Okay, so this way these are the implementation that I did. So firstly this processing please wait means whenever you are filling the form, when you are submitting something to the database, or you are calling any service and that service taking time, in that case you can display this processing please wait. And the below one, if you are binding with the autocomplete text box, like in the city, if you remember, I have created a one, this one is autocomplete text box. Okay, so I displayed this beside of this text box, so that we user can understand, when I'm putting something here, the call is getting in the call is triggering, and it is getting connected with the service or getting connected with the database. So whenever user is putting something here, so in that case we can display this load icon. Okay, so in that case user can understand, yes, something is getting loading whenever we are putting something here in the text box. Okay, so these two implementation I will be showing you further. So what the changes we required for that? So one div for loading, so we will be putting this div beside of the text box, and this model pop-up I have created for displaying that model pop-up while submitting the data, or while clicking or calling to the database or any service. So two implementation I will be showing you, and for displaying we will be like just calling that div and we will be displaying like so, and for hiding that we will use hide, and like we can also add a CSS like display in a inline block and display none. In the both cases it will be working. So basically I used inline class here. If you see first one, this one, so it's looking a very big, so we can keep all these styles inside one style class or style ID, and using that you can like implement this styling. So I like pick those styles and put here in the one styling class. Okay, and we will be using this class there, and it will be like reflecting the same way. Okay, so let's go and see how it is working in test application, because I already implemented in this implementation in the test application. So this is my test MVC application. If you see the changes, so see I made some changes in the CSS. I made some, this one is GIF that I downloaded and uploaded here, and city detail load. This one is the CSS I updated. This is the JS file, and this is the HTML that I made the changes. Okay, so if you see, the main changes are there in the HTML pages. Okay, so if you see here, so that all is not part. So this one, if you see, this one is the new line I updated. Okay, see here. Okay, so this is the div which will be loading beside of the text box, and further this is the pop-up that will be popping up when you are submitting the data. Okay, so these two HTML changes I did, and apart from it, this is the CS purge because we added a new file here. Okay, so let's run it and see the impact. Okay, so this is the basic our test MVC application. So I just wanted to tell you, like currently I'm just giving you the high level of functional implementation, but I'm thinking of like implementing some kind of high level, or we can say some good design changes. Okay, so I will be making a form with good styling, good appearance, and good high, like in a better way. Like it's a simple form. Like whenever we are getting the application like MVC application, we will getting this as a default. Okay, so we will be customizing this, and we will be trying to make it more beautiful and more attractive. Okay, so currently I'm just giving you a functional overview. After like all this implementation, I will try to implement all this feature in one form, and let's see like how it looks after. Okay, so this was the auto completing text box. Okay, so one loader will come here, and whenever I'm submitting the data, one pop-up will come as a processing. Okay, so let's see, I put the function. I will be displaying all these loader on clicking on this save button. Okay, so let's see, I'm clicking here. See, this processing is coming here, and this loading is running beside of this text box. Okay, so I did not hide it. Because I am just continuously showing, because I'm not calling here any service, I'm not calling here any database kind of thing. I just trying to show you how it will be appearing whenever you are like showing this div, or showing this GIF, or showing this loader. Okay, from the backend you can go and like put this particular class hide, or put this, add the CSS file like display none, so it will automatically get disappeared from here. So what you need to do basically, firstly, whenever you are like, if you clicking this button and if any function, if JS function is getting called, So you at the very start you can put the this particular div show the property enable the show property. Okay, and after once like the all the calls gets completed and you got the data and you are just going to display that and you displayed all already. So at the very end you can put this um, put the style of this particular div hide. Okay, so let's go to our MVC application and try to implement this thing. Currently if we see we don't have anything this kind of implementation, and I think last time we implemented for notification. So I think those changes are already here, so we will need to push those changes first in the git. So let's go. Okay, so see nothing is happening. This is coming. I had shown you this earlier. Okay, multiple notification types, like how you can implement that. Okay, so same as MVCA. So if I see two changes are showing here, auto complete. Yeah, so these changes are related to the notification display, how we can display the notification. So these are the notification changes. Notification display changes. So let me firstly uh, push these changes on the git. Okay, so these changes are pushed, and now nothing is pending. Okay, so we need to start the implementation. So what we will be doing, firstly let's add one image file. Okay, so currently we don't have, let me check where that image is placed. I think this must be in download. Yeah, so it I downloaded it, so it's here in loading view. So let's close this. Images, add existing item, download, loading view, add. Yeah, so this image is there. Okay, so now image is added successfully. What further we need to do? We will be implementing that CSS changes. Okay, so we have the class inside the view autocomplete, this autocomplete dot CSSHTML, I think. Yeah. User control, I think this is to be this one is autocomplete city. Okay, this is our class in which we will be doing the implementation. Okay, so firstly what we need to do, we need to display that loading icon beside of this city text box. Okay, so just after this we will be putting that design changes for the div here. Okay, so basically what we are doing in that div, we are like reading the path of that particular GIF. Okay, which is already a loading GIF. If you see here in the download, I show you how it looks like. If I open it, see how it get displayed. See, it is GIF, like it's already loading every time. Okay, so you not need to like make any changes to run it. Okay, you just need to place this particular GIF beside or anywhere you want to display, and it will be appearing the same way. Okay, so it's loading already. So what you need to do, um, you need to place that div changes here. Okay, so let's go to the MVC test. Here, control C. Okay, and I put here the div changes. I'm telling you what are the change it. You see here we have given the id, the name of the div, and just is styling of that particular image, or how much the width will require, how much the height we will require. And at the background, and at the background I am just giving the path of this particular image. Okay, and nothing more, just padding with the text box, like it should not be attaching with the text box. There should be some gap between the image and text box, so I put the 10 px of padding. Okay, so I'm showing you how it will be working. Okay, so we have save button already at this, and this save button is calling this method display notification bar. Okay, that we had created last large development. Okay, it is calling, I think, home control B. No, it is calling user controller. Yes, control B. No, it's the JS method. Sorry, it's a JS method. So we have a control script.js, control F, control B. Okay, so we have this method. See, we already have this method. So what we need to do, like when we are clicking that particular button, we need to display that particular loading. Okay, so for the displaying we will need to add the show function, and for hiding we will need to add a hide function. Okay, so loading is the id of our div. Okay, this is the id loading. So we are calling this particular div and adding a cs class display in our block. Okay, so it will be displaying that particular loading icon beside of that text box. So at the very beginning of the function I am putting this. So I'm not putting a hide here because um, it will be executed very soon. We would not be able to like see that particular loading. Okay, so that's why I'm just putting the show function here. Let's run it and see. It is taking a little bit time. Okay, I have to close this. Okay, let's put it detail. So I will be clicking here and I'm expecting there should be some loading beside of this text box. Okay, so it is not working since the JS is not loaded. So I'm refreshing this. Okay, see the loading icon is coming here below. Okay, so this is coming below, but we can like arrange this like whatever the need, like whether we want to display at the top of the left corner, we want to display it right of the corner. Okay, and medium, like anywhere we can display this. Okay, but why it is coming below? Because we just put the div below of this particular text box, so that's why it's coming below. So what we can do, like we can float this particular text box at the left, or we can plot this particular uh, GI of a particular image at the right, so it will be started like displaying beside of this. Let me show you how I can do that. Like if you come to my CSHTML, showing you one extra implementation there. This. So see, I put the styling for that text box is the left. Okay. So what this particular styling is doing, like in that row, it will the text box will be floating at the left side, and whatever the other content is, that will be starting at the end of that particular text box. Okay. So the same we want to like happen in our loading icon. Okay. So let's put this here. This is the function. This the div icon I've added. So just after this, put the style icon here. So this text box will be floating at left, and after this, after completing this text box, this particular GIF will be floating. Okay. Function F12. Let's load the. Like most of the time, JS is not automatically loading, so every time we will require to empty cache and hard reload. Okay. Okay, it got loaded. Let's see how it is impacting. See, now the text box is floating at left, and this particular GIF is floating just after this text box. Okay, so if you want to make any changes in GIF, you can also do that. But our implementation is to just display this GIF beside of this. If you want to increase the size, you can increase. If you want to keep on a, like if you want to increase something like height, width, if you want to change the background color, if you want to put borders, so that you can put that. Okay. Moving ahead for the second implementation. So for the second, like showing pop-up for processing, please wait. We created this particular div model pop-up. This is basically a model pop-up. So at the very first time, this will not be get displayed. Whenever we are like displaying this as a inner block or as a pop-up, so we are showing adding the show, like calling the show property, then only this pop-up will get displayed. And this is nothing, just a simple pop-up. I put given some width and height, so it will be like capturing just a small part of the screen. Okay, and at the center of this pop-up, we are putting processing, please wait. Yeah, this one is also a simple text. You can see it's a paragraph kind of text, and inside this paragraph we are calling the loading image. See here. Okay, so this loading image will be loading, and it will be showing like the something is loading at the background. Okay, like when user is submitting the data. So let's implement this one also. I'm stopping this. So where the form is closing, this form is closing here. So after this, control V. So this model pop-up is created here. The name of model pop-up is process model. So whenever we are calling this pop-up to display, so we will be calling this model pop-up by ID. Okay, and dot show. So means this pop-up will get displayed, and hide means this pop-up will get hide. Okay. So this one is added, and for displaying what we need to do, let me show you. Okay, so process model is the ID of that pop-up. For displaying we are calling the show function. Okay, so let's call this one also. So in the JS file we need to call show function. So in this case both of the loader will get displayed. Okay, so let's run it, see the impact. Okay, see details. So one loader will get displayed beside of this text box and one loader will come as a pop-up. See, see, loader is coming here and loader is also coming here. Okay. Same way we can also hide this particular pop-up after 5 seconds or something if you want to do that. Otherwise it's fine, it's looking good. So the next problem is how we can prevent this control. Like when this pop-up is coming, no one would be able to use this particular text boxes, or any he would not be able to click this. So we have the very good attribute, style attribute for the body. If you're using that particular attribute, it will be automatically blocking all the controls. Okay, function f12. Let me show you how you can do that. Okay, so what do you need to go? Firstly you need to go to the body of that particular page. Okay, so where is the body? This is the body. Okay, so you see multiple classes already implemented here. So what you need to do, you need to add one, you need to add one uh, need to add one class here, that is pointer events. Okay, pointer events, and the property is none. Okay, this has been added. Okay, now close this. See, I'm not able to click this, I'm not able to open this, I'm not able to click this. Okay, so whatever the controls happening on the page, happening on the body, that will be blocked if you're using this attribute on a body. Okay, so how you can do that? Like whenever you displaying this particular loader, so just after this you can add this particular attribute on a body, and once your operation gets completed, you can just remove this particular attribute, means this prevent events attribute. Okay, this one prevent events attribute. So this is a useful that you can keep for your knowledge, and this will require whenever you are doing the implementation. Okay, this one pointer prevent attribute. And the second thing, if you want to add some background color for this pop-up, so that you can also add, that you can put background color. Okay, and that is light gray, light gray. No, that is not. Spelling is light gray. Okay, so this way you can see, since this the control is happening here, that's why it's showing. But at the same time, if this light gray is applied to for that particular controls also, so this all will get like looking like on the beside of this particular light gray background. Okay, so you can put that light gray. If you want to increase the or decrease the like depth of this particular color, like if you want to make it more lighter, if you want to make it more brighter or more like darker, so in that case you can use the opacity. Okay, opacity you can put to 0 0.5. See, the color is getting changed. 0 um, see, everything is going on the background, so it's a very high minus. but if you can put 0.5, 0.3, 0.2, so all the controls will go on the background. Okay, you can put this particular pop-up on a Z index, so it will get displayed and all will be on a background. See, after putting this opacity. Okay, so like this way you can make the implementation, and as per your choice you can also do the design changes and like put some whatever like other things you want to add in this pop-up, so that you can also do. Okay, so I think we have done. So after this, no references, that all I did by myself only. So thank you so much for the watching. See you on the next video. Hope it was helpful. And we also have created for the notification autocomplete multi-select text box. So I think if you are interested, you can go there and watch my previous video, and I am sure like this video is going to be helpful for you for the further development. Okay, thank you so much for the watching.